Please bow your heads for a prayer. Dear Heavenly Father, give grace and courage to the ones who have worked hard and now greet this special time of graduation. Inspire the graduates to put good use to all the knowledge, skills, and life lessons gained through their education. A chapter has closed and another eagerly awaits. Pave the road with opportunities and inspire them to live with hope in this incredible journey called life. Continue to bless the graduates with love, protection, mercy, strength, and wisdom. In Jesus' name, amen.
Please remove your hats and caps for the Pledge of Allegiance and Star-Spangled Banner. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, and you may be seated. Good morning, and welcome to Meadow High School's Frank Arrett Stadium. The students, faculty, and staff are thankful for this beautiful morning and thankful for having the opportunity to honor our graduates with you. We do ask that you please quiet your cell phones and want to make you aware the stadium restrooms are open for your convenience. First, I would like to welcome and recognize some special guests today. We do have our Fayette County Board of Education members, beginning with something happened to the speaker. Is it? That's okay. Is it on? Okay. Beginning with our Fayette County Board of Education members, we have our president with us, Mr. James Gray. Our vice president, Mr. Steve Slockett, is not with us today. Member Miss Cindy Whitlock. Mr. Gary Ray. Miss Marian Tanner could not be here, but she did send a card for the graduates. She's actually attending her grandson's graduation ceremony in Roane County this weekend, but her card did wish the best for all of our graduates here today. Mr. Gary Hogue, our superintendent. Miss Anna Kincaid Klein, our associate superintendent. Our commencement speaker today, our very own Mr. Tyler Evans. And our school counselor, Miss Heather Schwartz. And I do have teachers that are spread throughout the audience today. If all the teachers could just stand, because none of this would happen without the teachers. All right, and so I could not let this moment pass without telling the class of 2022 some of my own words. So to the class of 2022, when trying to describe the past few years of your high school career, I can only think of one word: grit. Merriam-Webster's definition of grit is courage and resolve, having strength of character. You, the class of 2022, have transitioned through a worldwide pandemic. You have learned how to manage your education remotely, virtually, and on a blended schedule. You have practiced hard to then be quarantined for 14 days and be unable to compete. In the classroom, you were seated 3 to 6 feet from your peers, forced to eat your lunch in your fourth period class, and did not get to see the smiles of your classmates for months. I am positive the two most dreaded words you had to hear during your high school career were mask up. But through all of this, you were not afraid to face these challenges. You worked hard and you did not quit. You have earned scholarships, awards, college acceptance letters, and have already been hired into jobs that those older than you have not filled. All of the above are the meaning of grit, and now here you are, getting ready to make one final transition, the transition from student to alum. You have been a Wildcat student of MBHS for several years, but you will be a Wildcat alum for life. Take the lessons you have learned from this community school and apply them to your life's journey. Today, you are encountering new beginnings. You will experience successes and setbacks, hellos and goodbyes, and hopes mixed with harsh realities. Always show gratitude when times are good, and call on the strength of character you developed here when times were tough. My final words to you as a class are: do not sweat the small stuff, laugh often, love more, and take chances. Do not become a spectator of your own life, go and live it, and do not let setbacks become permanent excuses. When times become challenging, and they will, call upon the grit that got you here today. It's yours, and no one can take it from you. Congratulations, class of 2022. I'm very proud of you. Our next speaker will be Dustin Atkins with What It Means to Be a Wildcat.
Well, today is the day that we never thought would come. Growing up, you look ahead and wish for time to hurry up, but you never really slow down to appreciate just what you're experiencing. Growing up in the blue and white and being called a Wildcat is something that we may have taken for granted without even knowing it. I believe we are truly lucky to graduate with a class of this size, that larger schools are not able. We know each other on a personal level. I've made friends that will last a lifetime with millions of memories that I will never forget. The class of 2022 has definitely left its mark on this school, from nearly driving half of the staff crazy to making them laugh all within one class period. The school has stood here for nearly 100 years, producing excellent students, athletes, and citizens alike, with alumni returning as teachers, coaches, and volunteers. This foundation is what being a Wildcat is all about. If you walk through the halls or even just live in the community, you're part of the Wildcat family. With so many voices fighting for our school, we are able to begin construction on a new high school for future Wildcats to enjoy. When we leave here today, we will all begin the journey of life, which will lead us all in different directions. But no matter where we go, there will always be something we have in common, being the Meadow High School class of 2022. I would like to thank the community for the endless support, whether it be a losing Friday night or making the playoffs for the first time in 6 years. This community never quits, and that drive to persevere is what makes us Wildcats.
Next, with Facing the Challenges, Colson Ford.
Gotcha. Facing the challenges. We have gathered here today in celebration of the successes every one of us have experienced throughout the past years of our lives. I would like to thank my mom and dad, my grandparents, my teachers, and my brother for all the guidance they have gave me and the help they provided when I asked. The decisions we made all led to who we are today. Family will always have the largest impact on those decisions. We should all look to the future and not just be followers, instead be a leader. Uniqueness is a key component of leadership. As we move later into our lives, whether we go to the college, the service, or straight into the workforce, we should strive to be the best person we can be. I have been with you all for basically my whole life, and I know every one of you have what it takes to overcome the obstacles life may choose to throw at you. All it takes is effort. We all should have goals set, and we should never think something is impossible. The sky is the limit. The higher you aim, the more you will achieve. Imagine everything worked out perfectly. What would there be to live for? There's error in the world, and there always has been, and always will be. Do we wish to be someone who sets the bar, or someone who accepts they cannot reach the bar, and instead falls victim to the "that's impossible" mindset? Classmates, we have faced so many challenges in our past few years, yet we have always came out on top. During our sophomore year, our school year was cut short when the world faced the COVID-19 virus. We were told we wouldn't be out of school long and that we would be back to in-person shortly. It was not short. As outbreaks of COVID-19 increased, our days were slowly approaching for the start of our junior year. When it was finally time, the day got pushed back. It continued to get pushed back, and soon we all found ourselves doing virtual school. This resulted in many unable to complete work. Some had to go to other places to work due to issues such as Wi-Fi. I drove 25 miles a day just to be able to complete work at Raleigh County Library. That was one sacrifice that I had to make, and I know for a fact I was not the only one who made sacrifices such as this. Yet, finally, we found ourselves back in school around the middle of our junior year, wearing masks, following heavy protocols, and it was far from normal, and it was so unenjoyable. We basically had our sophomore and junior years taken from us due to this virus. It hurt all of us. Entering our senior year, we still had masks. This challenge has been going on for 2 years. It is still not over, but we are adapting and changing our lifestyles back to how they were previously. Not long into our senior year, we finally got the choice on wearing a mask or not. We had made it. We finally were returning to how we all remembered. Everyone, we overcome that challenge. No matter how tough a challenge may be, we are capable. We need to keep a positive mindset and work hard for our futures to all be prosperous. It was my pleasure to not only be a classmate, but a friend to all of you. Remember, effort goes a long way. Thank you.
Now, if we could have Mr. Tyler Evans for the commencement speech.
Bonjour, class. It saddens me that this is the last time I will greet you like this. However, I look forward to seeing all that you will achieve. If you keep your nose to the grindstone, soon people will be saying you can't hide the money. A lot of you grinders know what I'm talking about. I can't help but feel like teaching is a lot like building ramps for stunt drivers. We build these ramps, and will you jump and be celebrated with thunderous applause, or will you wreck and have a dream about a grilled cheese fighting a taco? That's up to you. Now that you're graduating, I wonder, who am I going to build ramps for now? Who am I going to build ramps for now? I apologize for that introduction. It was written specifically for a few of the students who will be walking across the stage today. I've known most of these students for 6 years, and it's tough to get to know anyone for that amount of time without developing some in-jokes. Like I said, I've known these guys for 6 years. They started 7th grade the day that I started teaching at Meadow Bridge. A lot of you guys were in my Flex 7 class as 7th graders. There were a few others in that class who have moved away. Luckily, none of them came back to burn the school down, like that maniac from Lake Core East. A real tough guy, huh? It means a lot to me that you all asked me to speak at this event. I'll try to get on with it now and stop referencing obscure films. I want to hit on a few main points in this speech. I want to talk a little about goals. I'd like to talk about making mistakes. I'll also talk about friendship and kindness. Those last two topics are really going to warm your heart, I just know it. Since you started school, your teachers have been setting goals for you. Goals help you to grow and learn. Some of you might already be great at setting goals for yourself and reaching those goals. For those of you who aren't, I'd like to offer some advice. Set a goal. Do it today. Make it something reasonable, something attainable, and give yourself a time limit. You might surprise yourself with how productive you can be. On the road to achieving your goals, you will all make mistakes. It's only natural. Everybody makes mistakes. If you're wise, you will learn from your mistakes. You will improve whatever skill it is that you are attempting to master. When you feel confident, you will make more mistakes. You must understand that this isn't something that will ever stop. Mistakes may become less frequent, but you will be students for the rest of your lives. Keep learning and keep growing. Don't give up on improving yourself, even though people around you will constantly judge you. I'd like to share a quote with you from one of my favorite poets. His name is Irving Layton. This quote is from a letter that Mr. Layton was writing to a friend, and in it he is comparing writing poetry to walking and even dancing on a tightrope. You know how poets are. Mr. Layton said, "Of course you can see where the critic fits in. He's the fellow with the binoculars watching the performance on the tightrope from a secure position on the ground. People will constantly scrutinize you. They will judge your performance whether you're a poet or a lineman or a preacher or a surgeon. The important part is doing what you do to the best of your ability. Don't allow critics to tell you how well you do something. That's up to you to decide." I'm going to share some lyrics now that my good friend Mr. Bob Dylan wrote. Miss Hamlin and Mrs. Good are liable to get mighty upset by Mr. Dylan's colloquial musings, but I figure they'll wait until after this speech to attack me. These verses are from a song called Bob Dylan's Dream. The narrator is lamenting the fact that he has lost contact with some old friends. By the old wooden stove where our hats was hung, our words was told, our songs was sung, where we longed for nothing and were satisfied, joking and talking about the world outside. With hungry hearts through the heat and cold, we never much thought we could get very old. We thought we could sit forever in fun, and our chances really was 1,000,000 to 1. You'll remain friends with the people who are important to you. You'll forge new relationships with countless people throughout your lives. You may grow apart from someone who you speak to every day, and you might rekindle your friendship later on. Don't take the people around you for granted. The ties that bind you together are strong. Be kind to your friends, support them, and they'll support you. Listen to them when they speak. Enjoy your youth and enjoy the time you spend together. Most, if not all of you soon-to-be graduates have been in my classroom. Maybe you noticed the copper tile in my ceiling that has a quote credited to Morrissey on it. That name will maybe be pretty divisive among your parents. Most people either love him or hate him if they know his work. The ceiling tile reads, "It's so easy to laugh. It's so easy to hate. It takes guts to be gentle and kind." You can choose kindness, even though it's often the more difficult path. I'd like you to take that wisdom along with you as you start to forge your paths in this mean old world. After all, it's dangerous to go alone. Thank you all for listening this morning. Thank you for the fond memories we created together. Thank you for all the laughter and for teaching me just as I taught you. So get out there and set some goals. Learn from your mistakes. Keep your friends close and be kind. You're going to do great. I believe in you all. Congratulations, class of 2022.
Now for our Student Council President, Landon James.
This is a poem. You've done the work and successfully finished it. The years of study now have finally ended. You worked really hard to be the best, and now you're going to be put to the test. And really, there's only one thing to say. Congrats on our graduation day.
All right, now for the moment that you've been waiting for. So we will do the presentation of the diplomas.
Landon Cole James. Ryan Alexander Cooper. Dustin Ray Atkins. Levi Wayne Lester. Ty Dylan Rolls.
Thank you.
Jaron Andrew Butcher. Jared Salem Ramirez. Savannah Rose Atkins. Devin Riley Brown. Lauren Lene McKnight. Julie Renee Gunter. Hannah Grace Clifton. James Noel McClure. Adam Samuel Hinken. Justin James Shuck. Chandler Lee Mullins. Jacob Clinton Atkins.
We're going to be hearing that name a lot on the camera.
Yes.
Colson Wade Ford. John Wesley Aguilar. Colin Randall Woods. Raylan Aubrey Hatcher. Caden Anthony Connor. Brittany Ann Hayes. Mallory Shea Gwynn. Candace Diane Price. Bethany Mae Brown. What do I do?
You go right down here. There's a...
Mahala Grace Fox. Justin Joseph Akers. Autumn Elizabeth Fox.
James Dean Salas.
Thank you, thank you. Thank you for short.
Let's give another round of applause for the class of 2022. You know what Mr. Evans said is true. You grow so attached to the students. As I watched them walk across the stage, I could still see their little faces when they were walking in the halls as a 7th grader. So this class has been a great class to work with. And I do want to brag on them. After our awards ceremony the other night, I did add up the amount of scholarship money that was received for college or trade school, community colleges. And this class alone earned over $170,000 in scholarships. Great job. Some of them have already entered the workforce. They were already working. It's been a great class, and we will miss you. So now, for the last part of your graduation ceremony, if I could have Mr. Ryan Cooper and Colin Woods. Oh, stop. I also need Mr. Devin Brown. No, you didn't. It's right. Yes, it's right here.
Yeah. May God bless and keep you always. May your wishes all come true. May you always do for others and let others do for you. May you build a ladder to the stars and climb on every rung. May you stay forever young. May you grow up to be righteous. May you grow up to be true. May you always know the truth and see the light surrounding you. May you always be courageous, stand upright and be strong. May you stay forever young. May your hands always be busy. May your feet always be swift. May you have a strong foundation when the winds of changes shift. May your heart always be joyful. May your song always be sung. May you stay forever young.
Good morning, everyone. Sorry if I blow y'all out with this microphone. Today I'm going to talk about the history of turning a tassel. The tassel has been a symbol of academic learning, representing levels of learning since the 14th century. The graduation tassels attached to the mortarboard for a school represents a belonging to a particular class that has completed its goals. The turning of the tassels has become more of a modern tradition used to signify a person's transition from candidate to graduate.
Meadowbridge High School class of 2022, please stand.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Not yet.
Not yet.
In turning our tassel, we move from students to alumni.
Levi, that was the best 1, 2, 3 I've heard.
1, 2, 3.
Yep, you're ready. Thank you for joining us in our 2022 commencement ceremony.
afternoon, coming to you live from Midland Trail High School. Now we're turning to regular programming, already in progress on Cozy TV.
This has been a presentation of Cozy Television. You're watching Meadowbridge High School graduation. At 1:30 on our television station, we will broadcast Midland Trail, and we will broadcast at 6:30 the Oak Hill High School graduation. At 6 o'clock, right?
6 o'clock for Oak Hill, yeah. 1:30 at Midland Trail. It's been a beautiful morning.
It has been a beautiful morning and wonderful ceremonies here. You can also watch the replays on Facebook and on YouTube. Go to WZTS Television. Thank you for watching. Again, at 1:30, we will broadcast Midland Trail High School.
Absolutely, and at 6 o'clock, it'll be Oak Hill High School.
Thank you for watching Cozy Television, WZTS TV.
Hey, stop. Wayne, get something to drink.